Well, hello everybody. Long time no see. Obviously, this is a very spontaneous live that we're gonna basically have a chat with you, see how you've been doing since Christmas and all the rest of it, or longer, depending on how long it is we've spoken to you. Myself, I've been away from videos and stuff for quite some months, ill health and all that, but never mind. Moving on. But the more exciting stuff is we're obviously here to talk about the birthday bash 48-hour group build that we do every year. I forgive me the timer. I wanted to use the music because I know how much you love it, and I want to get that worming going on already. But obviously that's last year's timer. I haven't done this year's yet, so the sponsors are different. The people getting involved are going to be different, but we're going to talk about that in a minute or two. But I realised that I'm all by myself, which is not true. I do have someone else here. So before we get to the chat, hello, Carl.
Hello, Trouble. You all right?
I'm not
Hello,
bad.
boys and girls.
So obviously, those that you should know, Carl Smith, making models. He is, as always, a wingman in this crazy event that we do, as well as so many other people. But obviously, it's a spontaneous thing that we decided to do this evening because Carl said to me, if I'm honest, Carl said to me, I'm not going to do any model making tonight. And I've now stitched him up. So,
Yes.
that's a winner. But I did have
my
to
airbrush
do
instead.
this. Yeah, that's right. So I just got a quick look through the chat. I mean, I have answered most of you in the chat already. Can I remind you, if you're watching on any of the Facebook pages, to give permission for StreamYard to show your name, then I will have it in the chat, etc. So I can give you a shout out or anything like that if you are there. So obviously the first person in was Sprue and Glue. Hi guys. Hi mate. How you doing?
David.
He's saying hello to myself. Then we got Scaly Models. Hi, Dad. He's saying hello to everybody. Obviously, Carl as well. Hi, Carl, yourself.
Hello, me.
Crazy Loco is there. He says, I feel the need. I need to be teased. Oh, yes, you're going to be teased as well. Some faces I don't recognise as such. I'm sure I've come across you in the media things. This is Gary, Gremlins Modelling Mayhem. Hi to him. Who else have we got here? We got a Facebook user, which I can't tell you who that is right now, I'm afraid. But maybe pop your name in. You don't, we give you your permissions. We are streaming on the Just Making Conversation Facebook page as well as the Model Officers page, just to make it a little bit more interesting for us. But that Facebook user says, "Oh, this tune, so many memories." Yes, definitely.
That is Nuno.
Oh, it's Nuno. Hi, guy. Hi, mate. Yes. How you doing? I do pre-warn you that my speech and what I say may not make any sense whatsoever because my brain is not engaged still due to my my health. But yeah, we'll muddle through. You probably won't notice any difference if I'm honest.
Yeah, man up, as you say.
Yeah. Scott's there saying evening all. Hi, Scott. Zal is there saying what's going on. Well, you're going to find out in a minute or two. Mark from Edinburgh Modelling Man Cave is there saying evening.
Hi, Mark.
Well. Jim is there saying hello everyone from Thailand to the UK. I love travel. It helps broaden the mind. Absolutely. I am skipping through, so obviously you're talking amongst yourselves, which absolutely is what it's all about. That's brilliant. Mr. Douthwaite is there as well. Saying good evening. Hi Ian, hope you're well.
Hi Ian.
And we have got Stuart Skull Models. He said, evening,
Stuart.
James. Evening, Carl. Evening, Stuart. Hope you're well.
Hope you're doing right, Stuart. We need you back at the bench at some point as well.
You're too bloody right. Nunu's just saying, claiming or just telling us who it is. Hi, Nunu. That's no problem. MP Model Plastics. Saying good evening, Model Officer, and all in the chat. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Nunu now jumped onto the YouTube and he says, I'm here now. Plastic Alchemass, of course. Thank you. That keeps me up to date with everything. And yeah, that's pretty much everyone giving a shout out. 26 people watching. That's fantastic, considering we literally decided to do this about half an hour ago. But yeah, That's brilliant. Thank you for joining us and taking time. The idea, like I said, for this evening, I'm going to have a little chat with you in a minute about what's coming up this year, what we're planning, and how it's all going to work, etc. Some exciting stuff within that. And then the idea is I'm going to do a little bit of figure painting because that's what I'm doing. That's what's on my bench. Carl's going to clean his airbrush or whatever he wants to do on his bench, and we're just going to have that. There is no. We haven't made a plan of how long we're going to be on or anything like that. So if
plan,
plan. Yeah. If you've got any questions about the event coming up or any other questions you might want to ask us, as long as they're not too personal, we are more than happy to answer those. And I'm now my technical bits.
More than happy to try to answer those.
Yeah, we'll try and answer any questions you've got. So there will be a few thrown up from what we've got proposed this year. So very quickly, I'm just going to quickly look. We've got a couple more people. William Thomas is there, so we just need to pick a kit now. Kit choice is going to be interesting this year.
Are we going to show ours before the event, or I know it's
you can do, yeah, of course. You see how I just gave that job to you? Anyway, MP Plastic, Model Plastic is there saying hello. And you're all busy talking to it yourself. Stuart's just saying there that unfortunately he won't be back at the bench for a while just yet. However, we'll be starting a new job.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Brilliant. Excellent, mate. That's brilliant
nice
news.
One, Stuart. Yes.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll get back to the bench at some time, and you missed, so that's all cool.
Yeah.
Zal is just saying there that splendid. I'm doing some figure painting too. Oh, excellent. You can show me what to do then.
Crazy looking.
Jimmy's saying, love the auctions. Great fun to watch and bid on. Right. Okay. So forgive me if I've not read out anything as such. I will try my best to keep up to date with that as we go through this show. I will quickly do that because it's just popped in. MP saying I'm painting a Polish light tank on the 35th.
Ooh.
Cool.
Which one?
Which one? It's it says from Mirage. I don't know that company.
Which tank?
Oh, it's a Polish light tank.
I asked which one.
Oh wow. Did that really just happen? Crazy. You are phenomenal.
Wow, amazing.
£20 already. That's great. I'll be totally honest, I've forgotten all about that. Yes, so one of the things that's changed on my channel is the ability for you to give a donation that comes to me to help me with producing videos and all that sort of stuff. It is something I've only just added to the channel, and I haven't really made any plans or anything with it. I've forgotten it was there, but Crazy, thank you so much. You are, as always, an inspiration and an enormous support to me, and I'm so grateful. So thank you for that. Yes. So let's get to what we come to talk about today. We obviously 2024 is our birthday bash, and this year the idea has morphed and changed quite a bit throughout the year since last year, and certainly over the last couple of months. But the main aim of this year is to keep things as basic as possible. That sounds a bit weird, so I'll explain that. So we want to concentrate more on the community that has supported us over the 5 years that we've been doing this or more, to try and encourage them to get involved and hang out with us in some form and all that sort of stuff. So that is our main focus this year. Initially we weren't going to do auctions, but we've been asked by sponsors to carry on with the auctions and stuff, so we have got some auction stuff. It in some time zones will be less than it was last year, in some will be similar, and in others will be incredibly amazingly crazy. And that is all still being organized, so I can't tell exactly what everything is, but I can give you a few hints, which I will do a little bit later on. We have a whole spectrum of people new that will be joining us this year. So we've got two more podcasts that will be joining us. in the hosting and being involved in the live show itself. We've got Micro Machines and Insanity Podcast, I believe. I hope I got that right. Those guys are going to get involved with us. The time zone thing is going to be slightly different because the Australian guys are actually going to build in the UK time, and the American guys will obviously build in the US time. So we will have people from Australia, from New Zealand, the Netherlands, Sweden, UK, across America and Canada, I believe, as it stands at the moment. So similar to other things we put on. What we plan to do is we plan to do a whole bundle of people that will be hosting. Everyone that will be on that live stream will only be on there for 4 hours as a maximum. However, what we did last year is we did 4-hour programs. That's going to change. It's going to be an 8-hour program this year, to save all the clicking and people moving around and all that sort of stuff, and people forgetting to finish and all that. That's the idea. So that'll be slightly different, but obviously the people on the screen will only be on the screen for 4 hours at a time. And then, so within that 8-hour section, we'll have, for example, the Australian guys leading everything, and then they will hand over live to the next host, which will be, let's say, Europe or something like that. So that's one big difference that you'll notice. The second big difference is we're going to use StreamYard as we have in the past, but we are going to have the 10 spots on the screen. But we have now a green room where we'll have another 12 people in which we can dip in and out of. So we can, that seems to be quite exciting. So we should have hopefully a lot more faces throughout that 8-hour program.
A lot easier to change and swap as well.
So everybody that's getting involved and is going to be live will be told, and part of the volunteering is understood that if the host wants to bring someone else in, you might be dropped out at some point, randomly, etc. So everybody's happy with that. It just gives everyone a bit of more time to be on screen, etc. However, now this is the really exciting part, is that we this year have been joined by the Friends of Models for Heroes. Now, if you don't know who this is, it's a Facebook group. It's actually an IPMS group in the UK. So they go to shows, and the idea is it's an online club, and that online club will allow you, where they're at a show, for you to display your models as part of that group. You do have to sign up, and there is a small fee to pay, which is very, very minimal.
£1 a month.
Yeah, exactly. It's just helps to pay for tablecloths and those really mundane things that you don't really think about when you go to shows and stuff. But that group is there, as the name of the title of the group says. They are the friends. So they are the beneficiaries. They are the volunteers. They are family members of both of those groups, or just a random person that really likes the Models for Heroes. And it gives them a place to go and hang out and model.
Effectively, people that want to be part of Models for Heroes but don't necessarily want to be a volunteer, or can't necessarily become a beneficiary, but they still want to help out in some way. So
absolutely,
that is the aim.
And that's part of the whole Models for Heroes thing. Is it is effectively a family. It's just an extension of your family, and we're there to support everybody and each other. And it's just a natural progression of helping to support the charity and those involved with the charity. And like Carl said, if you haven't got the time to volunteer, but you might spare one evening in a month or something to sit and model for 4 hours or a couple of hours or even 20 minutes, and have a chat. That's what that group's there for. So what's exciting about that is that they run what's called a Discord group, where you can go and hang out. So this year, they have volunteered very nicely to open up that group, because as we've suggested, the group generally for the live hangout sessions, you have to be a full paid up member to be able to have that. But what they're going to do for the whole of the 48 hours is they're going to open up the group for anybody to join whatsoever. So there are some rules involved. Obviously, you have to behave yourself and be mindful of the environment you're in and all that sort of stuff. But that's all explained. But then that gives you the opportunity to. You don't have to be live on YouTube, but you can go and join in and do your model making with a bunch of people all doing the same thing for the same reason. And it's a little bit like, if you like, going down the pub and making a model with a load of people in a pub, but you haven't left your house. So
it's very much like being a member of an IPMS, but you're doing it online rather than going to a club.
Yeah. So that's super exciting, and what we hope is those people that are on the stream, when they've done their 4 hours and they can't be on the stream, they'll go into the Discord group and chat, and you may be able to meet some of your heroes is a bit of a strong word, but people that you know that are good modelers that are involved in this event. You might be able to meet them in that Discord group and have a chat with them, maybe get some advice. You know, or you could talk to someone that's got no idea what they're doing whatsoever, which would be me, and I'll be there and I can certainly push you the wrong direction. But so that is a really exciting thing, and as I said, that takes us to the main theme of this year. We started with the title of Back to Basics because we wanted to bring in everybody in the community together. So enough of that for a second. Let me catch up with what's been said in the chat because I'm aware that things are going on in there. Scott Davis says, I'm thinking of doing a 1/72 Airfix Curtis Tomahawk painted on the sprue and framed, or Tamiya Willis Jeep. Yeah, good idea.
Oh, yeah. I did a Willys Jeep. I did it in the box, so it was still boxed up and crated. It's a nice little kit. I enjoyed it.
So Zal is saying, question, when is the 48-hour group build? So correct. That is a really good question. As you can see streaming at the bottom of your screen, it starts on Friday the 8th of March this year, obviously, at 7:30 GMT time. Now, if you're in the States, they will be starting at 7:30 their time zone. If you are anywhere else in the world and want to start on the Friday at 7:30 in your time zone, that's fine. That's your choice. You can do that. We're open to that, and we would encourage it to a degree. Or you can join a time zone that suits you, depending on how you want to get involved, etc. Adie's there in the chat. Hi, Adie. Hope you're well. God, this has jumped. MP answers your question. It is a 7 TP twin turret Vickers. Which is the Polish tank that I believe he was making.
Yes.
Crazy's just saying there, my pleasure as always. And he's also answered the question, earlier question about when it is. So yeah, it's over that weekend, starting on the 8th on the Friday for 48 hours. And like I say, it can be with anything. If you're in a different time zone, you can just start it at that time. And I'll talk about that all a bit more. Let me go through this chat. William Thomas is saying that he reckons to be ambitious to build an Anson in 48 hours. Ooh. Okay. I'll come back to that in 2 seconds. MP Models is saying 3 color schemes: yellow, grey, brown, olive green, used in 1934-35. Excellent. Looking forward to that. Luke Barker's there. He's saying hi from New Zealand. Hi, Luke. How you doing? MP's also saying that with the border lines in black between colours, Polish scheme. Excellent. Thank you for all that information. Great to hear what you're doing. Scott's saying, short answer, William, yes, but would be good to see you try. Doc's there. Doc Brown Scale Models, saying morning all. Morning, Doc. How are you doing? Jim is saying cleaning your airbrush is one of the routine maintenance tasks that counts as bench time. It does indeed. Zhao says, should I follow my own time zone or choose the official UK? Like I say, this is really important. It's whatever suits you. So let's just clarify. When we're talking about the 48-hour build, there's a couple of things within this that seem really obvious, but maybe need to be clarified. So It starts at 7:30 on the 8th of March in whichever time zone you're in, if that's what you want to choose to do. And you have 48 hours from that time to do your model. Now, when I say do your model, you'll notice I didn't say to complete your model, because you don't have to complete your model. All we ask is that you get involved in the community, post some pictures up, chat on the live stream, whatever you can do to be part of the community. The idea is to involve you and have fun. If you don't finish your model, that is not a problem. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
All that matters is you're just taking part. So in answer to your questions out, whatever works for you. If you want to start on the UK time zone or a US time zone, that really is up to you. Jim, in relation to time zones, Jim's just saying that'll be 1:30 p.m. in the Midwest. I'm assuming that would be the UK time, or maybe the US time. I'm not sure, because they've got several time zones, and I, as every year, get very confused with time zones. Facebook users saying that evening, my friend. Good evening. I'd like to remind you, anyone that's in the Facebook, please give permission to StreamYard to give us your name. That way we can give you a proper shout out. Joe McCarthy. Oh, Joe, how you doing? William Thomas says, will it be auctioned? I'll come back to that in a minute, William. Liam's there. He's saying hello from New Zealand too. Oh, there's quite a few New Zealanders in here. This is brilliant. Nuno, you're saying, should I try a Tempest again? Well, it depends if you learned the lessons from last time or not. Zale asked, will Malcolm be demonstrating the using tea as a decal solution this year? I hope not. He's the honest answer. Modeling Minutes is there. Hi, hey mate, how you doing? Nice to see you. Don Pedro's there saying hello, mate. And he's suggesting he's going to build 2 for the 48 hours. Yeah, well, don't over challenge yourself. Kit selection is very important, obviously. And Zal is just asking, can I resume an uncompleted model, or is it strictly a fresh build? Okay, that's a really good question too. So yes. In relation to the kit, the only stipulation, which is a bit of a strange stipulation, and I'll explain this fully. So what we ask is it's an unstarted kit. Now, the reason we say unstarted is because the rules of donation to Models for Heroes, if you want to donate a kit to them, you can do that, and it's a really brilliant thing to do, and highly recommend it. But what they say is if the kit's been started in any way, they can't accept it as a donation. So that's why we've got that part of the rule, because it mirrors what the charity does. Now, there is some wiggle room in there to a point, and it depends how much you want to push that wiggle room into the definition of unstarted. I'm not going to go into that with you tonight. I'm not going to even go down that road. But what I would say to you, if it's got no glue or paint on it, it's unstarted. And the reason I suggest that is because I'm aware, because a load of kits were actually donated to the charity that I picked up not that long ago. And for the reason of the person that owned the kits, he had done something to the kit that I wouldn't really do, but it hadn't been started, but wasn't the way that it was boxed. I will say no more than that. But yeah, so that's what we ask, is it's an unstarted kit. You start it at the time of 7:30 on the Friday, and like I say, if you finish it or don't finish it, it's up to you. Now, going back to something else was said in the chat, the scale. Now, this is quite important. Obviously, technically, it's 48 scale model within 48 hours. That is what we started with. But because we want to involve as many people as possible, there are some people that just won't do 48 scale for eyesight reasons, for an example, or whatever reason. So we don't want to discount people. So the scale isn't actually officially an issue. So if you want to do 1/72 or you want to do 1/16 or whatever, whatever you feel you want to do within that 48-hour period is up to you. Now, it's really fun, which will sound really weird if you've not done it before. it's really fun to try and complete the model within the 48 hours, because it is actually quite interesting as an experiment for you to see just what you can achieve within 48 hours. Now, that clearly, I must emphasize, does not mean you are model making for 48 hours. You must rest, you must take breaks, you must eat properly, you must get up and walk around. You must not be at the bench for a straight 48 hours. That is just unhealthy and unreasonable to ask, and we don't want you to do that.
No, we'll send Steve Spencer Beanie around to sort you out if you do that.
Absolutely. So that sort of answers that question. It has to be a fresh, unstarted kit. The scale doesn't matter. Going to go back to the chat very quickly. Actually, Carl, can I ask a big favour?
You may.
Could you do the chat for me? Read the chat out from where I've highlighted at the moment.
From Zal. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, just give me a chance to have a
so you just answered Zal's question. So we've got Brett jumping in and say, "Hi, James and Karl. Just got done working for the day, finally, and good to catch you live. It's good to see you, Brett.
Good to see you.
Be nice to see you get involved, Brett." Yeah, and we've got Mike saying, "Hi, Brett." And we got Brett saying hi back to Mike. Model Minute saying, "All good here. Hope you're well. Heard your interview on the Triple P was a good laugh."
Thank you, mate.
So, well, someone had told me that it would be a great and easy kit to build in 48 hours. Someone's been lying to you. We've got Mark Sprayberry saying, "Does this only support the heroes in the UK or around the world? Thinking of doing a figure." So at the moment, I do believe Models for Heroes is a UK-based and a UK-only charity at this time. I don't think there's any plans for it to spread around and become a global charity. However, there are people in different locations in the world that are thinking of starting similar charities up. And of course, they will get 100% support, especially from ourselves and probably most of the community in their endeavors as well. So at the moment, Models for Heroes, yes, it is a UK-based charity at the moment. But like I say, there are other charities popping up around the world in a very similar vein. So watch this space, because we'll be singing their praises once they are up and running.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jim Altergott is saying, "Please hit that like button, you all." Yes, please. That would be fantastic. Gonna try and get as much attention to this video as possible. So Zal is asking the question, how about a 3D printed model? Is that allowed? By all means, 100%. Yep. I know somebody that is already figure painting a 3D printed figure. Well, it's more of a bust stroke, scene stroke, bit of everything, isn't it? So 100% go for it.
And can I just, if you are going to do a 3D model, just to clarify, if that's just one full print of a figure, for example, that's fine. And the 48 hours does not include the printing of that model is not included in the 48 hours.
No, definitely not.
So
you'd have about an hour to paint the thing.
There is preparation that you can do to that with no problem. There's no rules being broken there at all.
No. Okay, Crazy Loco. If it's not 48 scale, you can always paint 48 on it. Call it close enough for government work. That is very true. This year, I will not be making a 48 scale model. That'll be the first year I've gone off scale. Crazy Loco is saying, "Zal, a yip." And Jim's saying, 48-hour build. I guess that rules out most anything mini art.
Hold that thought.
Blast. Joe McCaslin is saying, "I hope this year does even better than the last. Not sure I could build anything in 48 hours. You'd be exceptionally surprised. Mind you, last year was the first year that I failed because I lost some parts of the model, which actually turned up 3 months later, believe it or not. I've got it here, actually, because I've still not finished it. So the track for this model went missing. I couldn't find it for hide nor hair. Absolutely nowhere. And like I say, 3 months after we finished building, it was there on the floor. Very strange. Anyway, so yeah, Like James said at the start of the video, it's not about getting it finished. It's about taking part. Do as much as you can in 48 hours and then finish it at your leisure.
Absolutely. So in relation to that, may I also just point out that, excuse me.
So the last note there from Zal is saying death by mini art. Yes. Likely it is going to be, yes.
Indeed. Yeah, so just to clarify with that, what was I going to say?
I was going to say John Mayfield says he's not sure whether to do a 172nd or a 135th Dora. Personally, I go with the 135th. It's not a big kit, is it?
Kit choice is the key to all of this. Now, what do I mean by that? You need a kit that is a simple kit of some description. The amount of parts that you use within that kit may be a factor, but not necessarily, because you can have lots of parts that all fit together really, really quickly and really easily without cleanup, etc., etc., and you can get to the painting process fairly quickly. So Joe, for example, you don't think you'd be able to do it within 48 hours. If you choose the right kit, and there are kits out there that are easy to build within a small amount of time, and then you're really down to painting and weathering and potentially putting it on a base or something. So they are out there. It is really about just doing a little bit of careful research. Now, while we're talking about kits, this year, the UK have the committee have sat down and made a decision as to what we were going to build.
Yes,
and a decision was made, and a kit was selected. So there will be a numerous amount of people within the UK that will be building the same kit, if not slightly different. But the theme of the kit and the scale of the kit are the same, but not necessarily the same kit. I'm looking at Carl's hand because I'm wondering if he's got something off camera that he's about to slide into view. No, he hasn't. Excuse me. So yeah, so we kept it fairly secret for a little while because I made sure that Malcolm got the same kit basically without him knowing. Which I'm glad to say he's received, embraced, and is super excited to do. Which is great news because I was a little worried at one point, but I knew he would rise to the challenge. So what we've done, he says, is we've chosen a particular kit for two reasons, actually. Let's do that way you can't see it exactly. There we go. So yeah, we've chosen it for two reasons. Firstly, it's a sort of a homage to Malcolm.
yes.
And we do like to tease Malcolm and give him a big hug, and we thought this kit would do that. We've also been a bit cheeky with the scale, and I wonder if you guys can see the link. So this is the kit we're going to be building, which is this one here. This is the D8500 1938 tractor in 1/24 scale from Mini Art. Now, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people out there watching going, oh my God, what a crazy idea. You're not far off, if I'm honest. But actually, as it happens, this took a lot of research and debating from the committee, which are all here today. And basically, we made a selection of ideas, of choices of kits, and then went through them to see what we thought might work best. And actually, believe it or not, although it's a big kit, it has got quite a few parts. We believe that it's actually really quite quick to put together.
We believe.
Well, yeah, that's our hope. Obviously, if me and Karl are wrong, then we'll blame the committee members that weren't there while the choice was being made.
Yes.
And it's all their fault. And the view is that everybody that's got that kit can do whatever they want to it. Obviously, make it, but they can paint it how they want.
I have a feeling I might be putting mine back in the box.
I don't think so. It's actually, I've gone through the instructions. I mean, one of the guys that agreed to get the kit did a little bit of searching, the great Google search of videos and stuff, and watched someone build it and messaged me and said, "You're kidding, we'll never get this done. This is crazy." But I've looked at the kit once it arrived and gone through the instructions, and I honestly believe it will be just a smidgen more difficult than a 148 kit that we've done in the past, and we've done some pretty complicated kits. So yeah, so we've gone for 124th. Can you guess why we've gone for the 124th? Where is the link this year with the 24th? Maybe you can tell us in the chat. Let's talk of which, let's have a quick look at this. Crazy Laker says, sounds so Mooseroo like, Mrs. Gibbons. Yeah, to a degree, I guess it is. Zal is saying, you're joking. 124th, 124th mini art. No, we're not. No. Jim's gone along the lines of mini art. Very brave indeed. Yes. He's also saying, to all the Americans out there, I see the tractor and can't help but think of Green Acres. Yeah, I'm sure you get that thingy. Crazy said, we believe, famous last Tempest words. Yeah, true. And Jimmy's saying 24 is half of 48. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. I'll put you out of your misery. So obviously the year is 2024. So that's why we've gone with the 24th kit, is because it's the year that we're doing the build. It's a very weak link, don't get me wrong. But it's the best we can come up with. Yeah, it's the best we can come up with. So so that's the kit we're going to be building. I'm super stoked actually, because although I'm not like Malcolm, a tractor lover, Malcolm
never built a tractor before, so it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be fun. There's going to be lots of things you can do with it. And Jim was just saying, "Oh, I like it with the 24." Yeah, absolutely. It is tenuous, but yeah, there you go. Modeling minutes. Oops. That one there. Modeling minutes says, sadly, I'm off now. Catch you all soon. Yeah, thanks for popping in and being part of it.
Be good.
Hopefully see you during the event. If you can't take part, at least pop in and say hello.
Yes.
Sally said, I can't wait for the year 2035. Yeah. Nothing stop you doing the 31, 35th now. Crazy said, okay, I can dig it. A good excuse for a 24th. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Mark is one of those people in the UK that will be doing this particular kit, and he said it's mad, but looking forward to it. Yeah, really, it's not going to be that hard. Sure, it will be. So yeah, thanks Matt for popping in. Catch you soon, hopefully.
Yes, be good.
So so there you go. That's the kit choice. Obviously, we've not started it. It's a new kit, been brought in specially for the event. If you are worrying about kit choice, I can give you some hints and tips. If you want to message me directly, I'm more than happy to help you. I going through previous experience and what other people have done. Some of the 148 kits from Hobby Boss are, especially land vehicles, are well within the ability to do it within 48 hours. And some of the basic airplane kits with 48 are in easy.
Bandai Star Wars is always nice kits as well.
Bandai Star Wars also, yeah, absolutely. And that's the sort of thing I'm trying to say is, obviously we all think that when we pick up a Tamiya kit, it's literally a shake and bake and it's really super easy. Bandai's got the same, people think of Bandai for that too. It's nice and easy to clip together and all that. Gundams, if as long as you don't go too mad with the size of it, etc., Gundams would be fairly easy to do within that 48 hours, putting it together. It's really more about what you want to do to the model once you've done it. This could be the time-consuming bit. Bear with me 1 second. So, kit choice is quite important. And I would potentially avoid PE if you can. A kit without PE. just purely from my own experience, where I've picked a kit that I thought would be fairly easy to do, which it was, but I had terrible trouble with the PE and ended up having to change the kit I was building to something else, which was a Hobby Boss 148 tank that I did within 36 hours, I think it was, or something like that. So, yeah, it is achievable, but you taking part and taking care of yourself is much more important than the finish. So don't worry too much. Sorry, I will mute my mic while I'm trying to cough up myself. Have a quick look at the chat. So Doc's just saying I can't do the build due to big family event, but I'm looking forward to feverishly following along in the downtime. Doc, that's fine. That is really fine. It is a time of year where there is an event on the Sunday. Just to pre-warn anyone that might have forgotten, in the UK anyway. So yeah, I'm aware of that. It's fine, and just popping in and saying hello is ample. Thank you for your support and help. So Zal says, 24 scale figures sounds good for this year. It works. That's fine. Jim says, bugger, if I had a 24 scale kit in my stash, that would be my choice. Facebook user is saying, think I might try finish my kit from last time. You can't do that. It has to be an unstarted kit. But yeah, you should finish what you started last year. Absolutely. Doc is saying, I reckon 1 month for a build date. We can do a time machine build for those that can't make it. Brush off the DeLorean kit or the TARDIS. Good one. Ian Doubtflate's off. He's saying, time for bed. Yeah, thanks, Ian. Take care,
cheers,
buddy.
Ian.
He's going to be doing a very rare 148 Kenworth truck and trailer. He's already waiting to go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to do that. That's going to be pretty cool. But have a good night's sleep and speak to you soon. Zal is just saying, do you need to showcase what you're building on a Facebook page prior to the build? Good question, Zal. I'm loving your questions. It's like you've been preempted with all the right questions.
Yes.
So yes, so this is obviously the other part of the joy of it. So the whole idea of the 48 and 48 is from Model Officers Mess Facebook group.
I'll be back.
It is a private group, and it is there for you to join in. What we'd ask of you, if you can, is to pop a picture up of what you're going to do. Maybe make an album, so you can pop the picture of what you're going to do, and all the pictures you take along the way of how you've done things would be fantastic. But we also will put up a post on that Facebook group for you to drop a photo in I don't know, every 8 hours or so, to which those that are in the live stream can have a look at and maybe showcase on the live stream. They will all go up automatically. How you interact is up to you. But yeah, the more interaction you make, more effort you make to interact, whether it be hanging out with everybody or showing pictures of what you've been doing and how things are going and all that sort of thing. The more of that you do, the more the community will come together and enjoy the event. So yes, is the short answer to your question. We will try and showcase what you've been doing, and we encourage you to make up an album that starts with an unstarted kit and shows your progress. And let's be honest, if it's me, there'll be 100 of photos in that album, but there are people that will put one of the kit before it started, a couple as they go, and a couple of pictures at the end. The other thing in which we want to do as well, at the end of the 48-hour build, we'll make a special post up, a special album up, in which we'll ask everybody that's built anything whatsoever to put 2 pictures in of their build. And as I said, if it's not completed, that's not a problem. Just 2 pictures of where you got to, or 2 pictures of the completed build. That's all we ask. And the reason for that is so we can, again, showcase how people got on and everyone can catch up to see what they were doing. Because, a little bit like Doc, who might have a family event, might know that I'm starting this tractor, but won't know how I got on because of his other commitments. And it'd be good to have that as a reflection. The other thing we will do is we will make, or I will do, is I will make a video showcasing everybody that took part and the finished or those 2 pictures of that album within a video that will go up on the YouTube channel to basically to thank everybody that got involved. So yes, please post as many pictures as possible. So I'll ask another question. Can you commence what you didn't complete from last year? No, because it's a started kit, unfortunately, which is a shame, but no. At the end of the day, let's be honest.
Unless, of course, you didn't start your kit last year.
Well, that's true. You may have put a picture up saying I'm going to do this and not done it at all. So I'm not going to go back and check. And let's face it, to be honest, with what we're asking you to do to get involved, it's a lot of work, a lot of commitment to a point. And we appreciate the fact you've got involved. So I'm not going to beat anyone up or berate anybody because they've not done this or not done that. I just need to be involved, is the honest truth. So if times are hard and you haven't got a kit or you can't afford to get a kit, but you did a kit last year, you didn't finish it, it won't be included per se as a 48 and 48 build. But I mean, we had someone last year who didn't want to do a 48 build, but wanted to hang out. And they were working on a ship, I think it was, a 1/350th ship. So they joined us and got involved, had a chat and talked about stuff while they were doing that. But obviously their build wasn't part of the 48 and 48. So just want you people, I just want everyone to get involved and have fun. That's the main goal. So no is the answer to your questions out. But as long as you get involved, that's really all we're interested in. Crazy's just saying there to Doc, even if you can only pop in for a few, the fellowship is a big part of this and would be most welcome, and everyone else out there too. That's absolutely correct, Crazy. Thank you, mate.
Yes. In the ethos of the Models for Heroes charity, it's all about helping that mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim's just saying, is that a Tamiya Pack 40 kit you're working on, Carl?
It may be. You mean this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It is to go along with this one. And these two are going to be sitting alongside this one. So it's a bit of a diorama we're working on. Well, one of many dioramas I'm currently working on. So yeah, so one of the things... The other one.
What's the other one? Ah, yes.
I don't know if anyone's going to know what that is. It's very whited out at the minute. So yeah, that's coming to the channel soon. So yes, the videos are done for that. Anyway, carry on. Sorry, hijacking.
That's all right. No problem at all. That's what we're here for. It's not a problem. Yes, so Zal is asking, anyone here participating in this for the first time? Yes, there will be. Every year the number of people that get involved increases, and there are a good few people that have not got involved that will be joining this year, especially some of the guys from the podcast world. We've got, as I said, two new podcasts that have begged me to allow them to get involved. They didn't need to beg at all, because they're more than welcome. But yeah, there will definitely be people that have never done it before. And like I've said over and over again, and I will repeat over the weekend over and over again, it is all about the participation. It's not about anything else. So please don't put yourself in a stressful position. I'll come back to the chat in a second. One thing in which I've not covered, which I need to explain, is the auctions. So those that have followed us previously will know that we've done auctions in the past. We've raised a very good amount of money for the charity through this, and we've had a whole bundle of sponsors who have donated stuff to us, manufacturers, model shops, and all sorts. And even private people have thrown things in at the last minute and all the other. And it's always been amazing. And what's the word I'm looking for? Humbling. The amount of support in which is out there for it. So this year is going to be slightly different. As I said, initially we almost thought that we wouldn't do any auctions at all. We were going to really make it basic. But the conversations we had between the hosts from different nations, we were concerned that if we didn't do the auction, it would put people off. It's the honest truth. So what I've done this year is I've handed over to people in the different time zones complete control over the auctions, and it's down to them to organise and sort out. So as it stands at the moment, in theory, there are 3 auctions. There's one in the Australian time zone, one in the UK time zone, and one in the US time zone. The number of auction lots involved in each area differs quite a lot. Some that are organised have been inundated with stuff, and some very interesting stuff as well.
Yes.
And some have had not as much response. Now, the reason we were hesitant about doing this is because obviously we'd like to raise a bit of money for Models for Heroes. And the donation page is open, and already we've had donations. And that information is on the model officer's best as a pin post. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And obviously the auctions will generate some money for that. But what we're aware of, obviously, is times have been very difficult over the last 12 months, with increases in everybody's commitments and bills and stuff like that. And while we're very grateful for any money we receive, we don't want to put anyone into hardship. So I personally was quite concerned that we had such a good year last year that maybe we should try not to ask for money, basically. But I was assured by my colleagues and hosts and all that sort of stuff, the people that are all involved in the organisation and stuff, that it wouldn't be that bad. To the point that I was concerned that companies would not want to feel obliged to donate stuff, because obviously times are hard for them too. But I've been quite amazed at the support that's been given. Anyway, enough of that. What's more important is there is no list right now of exactly what there is up for auction. That will come. I am aware that we are literally almost less than 2 weeks away now.
2 weeks-ish. Yep.
And I have not promoted it as much as I should have, maybe. But we will try our best to make sure you've got the information. We're not going to flood all social media like we did last year. We're not doing that because we did come across a bit of tension that caused, and we don't want to repeat that. So what we're going to aim to do is by the end of this week, have a rough idea of what's going on and in what time zones, and we'll probably put a video together in which we'll pop out so everybody can see what's going on.
Yes.
However, as a heads up, I can tell you, if you're in the US, there are some phenomenal items that are up for grabs. So much so that Scott Gentry is the gentleman in charge of all that for the US, and I messaged him 3 days ago saying that I was off to the embassy to get my green card.
Yeah, me too.
There's some very, very nice bits and pieces going on there. I won't give anything away, although I know some things have been confirmed, some things have been suggested. But I can assure you, if you're in America and you'd like to dig deep, it will well be worth it. In Australia, which obviously those of you down the other end of the world, New Zealand, etc., there are some items. Again, they are being confirmed at the moment. There isn't a lot. The auction last year wasn't supported that well, and that's because we didn't get as many people as we could from that area involved in the community. So if you're in Australia or New Zealand or around that area and you want to be involved and you think your mates will want to get involved, absolutely advertise it as much as possible to everybody you know to get them involved. And then obviously those auction lots will be better supported, etc. And that will help build for the following years, etc., etc. In the UK, Steph is our man. He did all the auctions last year. I've made him only do one this year. He's speaking to the people we dealt with in the past and some new people, and everyone's been very receptive and helpful. Again, I don't know exactly what's been involved because I've stayed completely out of it. I specifically have given the jobs to 3 different people. They've got a person that supports them in that role, and they're organising those. So as soon as we've got all that information, we'll let you know. However, you've got 2 weeks to look through your bank balances and make sure what money you can spare and put to one side for the auction. And obviously, if you just want to make a donation, the Just Giving page is open, up and running. The link for that is on the Model Officer's Mess. We won't be doing any other games or anything like that throughout the 48 hours that we've done in the past. So the Wheel of Destiny or whatever we ended up calling it, we won't do that. We won't be doing Guess the Kit or anything like that, because I truly want to focus on the community and try and interact with everybody that's around as much as possible.
Yeah, there'll be more detail about that in the next video.
Yeah, definitely. We'll confirm everything up. Now I'm going to quickly get back to the chat to make sure where we're at. Right, done that. Right, okay. So Jim was saying about the kit you're doing. He said, "Thank you. Looks like a smashing kit. I have my own Tamiya multi-vehicle DAC diorama I'm working on."
Nice.
Crazy Lego says it's my 3rd or 4th year on one level or another. Now my spring tradition.
Yes, very much so.
It does feel like that.
I actually race to get my holidays in so I can get this time off.
Yeah. Sally said, "I like your cap. We'll be sending some stormtroopers to your home soon."
Yes.
Jim's
Once
just
a rebel,
saying,
always a rebel.
Jim's just saying this will be my 2nd go round for M4H.
Nice.
And Crazy's saying he promises to behave in the auctions. No, don't behave. You do what you want to do. The sniping and stuff in the US last year was incredibly entertaining to watch. So Zal's just saying that Crazy, you're going to spend big money again. Yeah, he probably will. Bless him. He's such a great support to the community. And Zal's just saying that Lolo, go big. Laugh out loud, go big or go home. Yeah, absolutely. Or bid like you mean it. Zal says he doesn't do it to be a bully, but yeah, he just likes to help the charity. He's helping about the charity, indeed, in the fellowship of the build stream, etc. Zal is asking another question: can we promote the group build on our own capacity? I recommend you can do exactly that. Definitely. By all means, use the link of this video or the link to the group. If you want any artwork, etc., let me know. I can happily provide that. Or I'm more than happy for you to cut and copy off the Facebook group anyway. That's not a problem at all. The more people that jump up and down, the more people know about it, the more people get involved, and the bigger and better the event is. So we will at some point, when we're crazy enough to do it, we will at some point do the event in such a way in which we will try our best to get as many people as we can on a video wall all at the same time. And my hope is to have hundreds of people all building at the same time on that video wall throughout the 48 hours. But that's a long way away. And I desperately need to find someone who has the facility to do that can give it to us free for the weekend. But, a lot of planning, a lot of things. But this year's going to be simple, and it'll be fine. Crazy Laker says, "Good for you, James. Sounds healthier than the last year's mayhem." Yes, that's the aim. Or if I can get rid of this stupid cold I've had since Christmas, before Christmas, it'll be fine. Bearded Veterans there saying, "Bloody hell, James, you've lost weight since you've been unwell." Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's all gone off my hips. I don't know how you can tell from that picture, but fair enough. So he says there's a Model Officers Mess Discord, or do we stick to Facebook to follow along? Okay, so Doc, let me clear that up. So there will be a Discord group that you can go and sit in, a virtual hall, if you like, of builders, and you can interact and talk to them and watch each other build and swap stories, talk about stuff. It will be moderated. There is a basic level of politeness that is asked of everybody that's there, and it is run by Friends for Models for Heroes. Now, that link will be going up shortly. And the reason it's going to go up shortly is because I'm going to advertise it and explain to everybody, if you want to do that and get involved in that, I would suggest you do it on the Thursday before the event. That will allow that admin team to ensure that you've got access to get into that room, etc. And you can get in there and have a little play. They'll do like a pre-48-hour hangout or something, or that's what we were talking about today. Follow us on Facebook to put your pictures up.
If you're wanting a day-to-day follow of what is actually happening and where we are, progress, etc., Facebook is the place to go and follow.
Yeah. So that's where you put your progress pictures up and follow what other people are doing in that respect. And then obviously everything will be live streamed to this channel as a program for 8 hours slots, of which you can physically watch us while you're making your model if you wish to do so. And you can obviously interact in the chat there, ask questions of anybody that might be there. You know, the guys in America may have a special guest coming to talk about something, and you can ask them some questions, or just the guys that are hosting or modeling. So you've got lots of different angles in which you can get involved. But if you want to physically feel like you're sitting in a room doing the model with other people, then the Discord group, which we'll advertise in the coming days properly, is the place that you can go. Now, one of the admins is actually in the chat this evening, the Bearded Veteran, for that group. I believe the idea is they will stream through that group the ongoings of the YouTube side of the event at the same time. But that may be too complicated because of the amount of people in there in the chat that might incur, etc. I don't know. It's something we'll figure out as we go along. But yeah, obviously there's that three different aspects in which you can get involved in. Facebook users are saying hi all. Hiya. I'm not sure who you are. Please permit StreamYard to show your name. Carl is looking.
Oh, it's Archie.
Oh, hi Archie. Archie Boniface. So yeah, nice to see you, buddy. Common Road Junctions there saying hi guys. Hi mate, how you doing?
Well, long time no see.
Yeah. And Zal saying, can I put more information on the group build on this YouTube channel? Yes, I can do. That's not a problem. What I plan to do tomorrow is to do a little face-to-face video instead of the live, which will have all the links and bits and pieces you will need for the event. What I mean by that is the Facebook group page. Obviously, it'll be on my YouTube channel, so you'll have that already. The Just Giving link will be on there as well, and then we may be able to get the Discord link on there as well. So yes, there will be a separate video for that, and that will be coming out in the next day or so. We then will do another video in relation to the auctions to explain what there is and what time zones they are, and we will do a schedule of those auctions to a point that will be on the Facebook group, but we will advertise that throughout the stream anyway. So yeah, so it's a lot going on. There's lots of places for you to find that stuff. Zal, if you want, if you want some artwork and a bit more information, drop me a PM through Facebook or an email. I will more than happily provide you with that and any details you want. It's not a problem. And thank you for your support and help. He also says, but last year's mayhem was super fun. Yeah, it is mayhem, and it is fun. So Billy Veteran's just saying, fingers crossed. It depends on whether the Discord gremlins behave themselves. Yes. So that's why I sort of said, I personally feel that to stream the physical YouTube thing through Discord may create other issues and problems that you don't need. And if someone wants to watch and be part of the Discord at the same time, then they can do that quite easily themselves. It's fine. But just obviously be aware that when you're in Discord and you've got other things streaming in the background, so if you're watching us on YouTube and in Discord, headphones are key, because then you won't get any feedback and problems that way. And also be aware, be very aware that within that Discord group, you will have veterans and beneficiaries from Models for Heroes, and you need to bear that in mind. Be good to talk to them if they're willing to talk about their particular circumstances and how Model for Heroes have helped them. But
be very careful though, because they will tear you to pieces.
You've got to go in with a sense of humour, because they will have a sense of humour that they potentially won't be able to control. So
it may be reasonably dark, but you have to remember who these guys are and what they've been through. So
absolutely,
and it's their Discord we're going on to.
Absolutely. But that'll all be explained by Billy Veteran and Gary in the rules, etc. And if you have any issues or problems, those are the people that there'll be an admin group, so you'll know who to talk to if you have any particular issues, which they will try their best to resolve in the way they feel best to. But it is their group. I have no control over it. I have no sway in what happens within that environment. And purposely that way, because they're volunteering. I can't tell them what to do. They're volunteers. So there you go. That's how it is. Doc is just saying there that is there anything you need? I can't do much from the outside of the other side of the world, but I can help with photo shipping. I think it might be shopping.
Probably photoshopping,
and things afar. If you need promo imagery. Oh, that's really kind of you, Doc.
Yeah, we'll be in touch if needed.
Yeah, if we need something, I will note you down as someone in which we need to contact.
Definitely,
as a volunteer, and yeah, if we don't use it this year, we'll use it next, without a doubt. Oh, I missed that. Oh no, I didn't. That's fine. Sal's just saying, great, we'll promote the group build in my own capacity to support. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. And Zal is just saying, can we interact on YouTube instead of Discord? Absolutely. So yes. the idea, just to clarify, the idea of the Discord is for you to physically go in a virtual room and chat and model with a bunch of like-minded people. Yes. If you want to watch the video, the live stream on YouTube and interact that way, that's fine. If you want to do both,
we may pop into Discord and drag you out into YouTube, so be warned.
Well, we might invite you, definitely. The aim is to get as many people on that live stream on YouTube as possible. Mm-hmm. And like I say, we've got 10 spaces in theory as a go, right? At one time, and then we've got another 12 in a green room. How the green room works, I'm not 100% sure yet, because it's not a function in which I've used. And just to say, actually, a big shout out and thank you to StreamYard, because they are actually giving us for free for that weekend their full package. So we have all the bells and whistles to support us within this event. So a great big thank you to them. They offered it last year. I didn't take them up on it because it was offered reasonably late. But we will certainly be taking advantage of that this year, and they've been an absolute star in that respect. So there you go. You're up to date with everything that we've got coming. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a really great event. And if you haven't been involved, you're watching this and think, oh, well, I'm not sure if it's something I could do. Trust me, really is something in which you will enjoy. There will be a bit of frustration along the way, I'm sure. I'm not going to lie. But you will enjoy it. And at the end of the 48, you probably will come out with one of two phrases. The first one would be, well, I never knew I could do that in 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other one is, James, you're a complete nutter, and I don't know why I have you as a friend.
Yep.
So,
yep. And it does get emotional sometimes as well.
It does, yeah. We're there to support the charity. This is not run by the charity in any way, shape, or form. It is a completely separate entity. Need to make that clear as well, because apparently the charity have been contacted recently about the event and asking how they can support the charity in the event. And it's had to be explained it's not them that's doing it. Malcolm will be involved. He will be in the live streams. He will be about throughout the weekend building his tractor. And it'll be a pleasure to have him there. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm really looking forward to it this year. As I say, there will be some new faces, some old faces, and some of the old faces won't be there because they're doing other stuff.
Yes.
And the last thing I'm going to say, because I'm going to do some painting in a minute, and throw it out for you guys to have a chat, ask some questions for 20 minutes or so before we finish. The one thing I will be saying is that there's two things that will be coming after this event. So obviously it'll be the next year, the next 48 and 48. I hope we'll be in a better place in the world, and people's finances, etc. And I hope we can go big and go crazy. But I can't promise that. But let's see. The second thing is, it was asked in the question in the comments before, is this only UK based? Yes, Models for Heroes is only UK based, but we will have with us throughout the stream a similar charity with a different name that works in the Netherlands. And we will be doing something this year with them where we earn money from them, for them, and for Models for Heroes at the same time. There is also a charity that wants to be set up in Australia along the same guidelines, and also the same in America. So we want to give the opportunity to raise money for all of those different groups at some point. And we hope we'll be involved with those charities and supporting everybody who use that facility. So that's about it. Just going to have a quick look at anything else on here. Zal has just asked another question. How many YouTube live streams will there be roughly? Any schedule planned? Yes, to the second answer, there is a schedule that is being planned, isn't fully finished yet. I think last year we had 14 or 15 episodes, if you like, of 4 hours. So if we're going to turn that into an 8-hour session, so it will be seven live streams throughout that 48 hours. And it will go through the Model Officers YouTube channel and potentially other people's channels throughout that event. We probably won't be streaming to Facebook because Facebook gets a bit itchy and funny. It will just be on the YouTube with the updates, etc., from everything on the Facebook group. Hope that answers that question. Crazy saying, I'm so looking forward to this. Thank you to everyone and all the hard work getting this together. Thank you for your support, buddy. Sal says, and that song will be stuck in my mind for weeks. Yeah, it will be, and we will be using it. So yeah, I did look at changing it, but I just can't find anything
definitely
better.
Not.
Crazy's already starting to dance. That's to do with the music. And he's also saying there, my Netherlands friends are awesome and would love to support John in Australia to get his up and going. Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
So yeah, we will be doing something with those guys. I know John in Australia has started the process, but it is a very complicated and difficult process to go through. So it will take a bit of time. Anyway, on that note, we've been on for an hour or so. any other questions, you guys that are watching, I am very aware that we started at, we hit almost 40 people watching, and we're now down to about 14. So thank you for being with us. Thanks for those that popped in and have not been with us all the way. I'm very grateful, and thank you for anyone that's watching this after the live.
Yes.
What I'll have to ask this question. Do you want to stay on for a little bit longer, or do you want to wind it up there, Carl?
Don't mind. What about those in chat? Do they want to keep it going, or if any, you know, if they're wanting to get away, you know, don't want to sit here looking at us all night, do they?
Not this beautiful
never mind
face,
the music, you get nightmares.
No.
There you go. Still in chat. I don't mind.
There's a lot of goodbyes going on in the chat. So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to end the live stream. I mean, I'll carry on chatting with Carl anyway, but I think I'll end the live stream at this point. Again, thank you everybody for being there with us. Thank you for the support you're going to give us, and thank you for being part of the community that is so very important to me and to all of you as well. I know. So on that note, I bid you all a good evening.
Before you disappear, what about if I make a suggestion?
Go on.
We throw out, if people want to come and chat, we'll be in StreamYard for a little bit, a while longer. Throw out the hangout room.
Yeah, can do that if you want.
Right. I'm going to drop out of this for a second.
Okay,
I'm going to go and get the link, and I'll drop it into YouTube. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, so yeah, so what Carl is offering there, anybody that's not wanting to go to sleep quite yet, he's going to drop a link in the chat here, of which you can copy and paste and come and join us in the studio, so to speak, and have a chat in person if you want, while we've just been a little bit of plastic. I won't be around for hours and hours, and I will let Carl do most of the talking because my voice is starting to go now. But yeah, if you want to come and bend a bit of plastic with us and have a chat and a bit of a laugh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Good amount of people, so it will pretty much be first come first served. But if you want to come and chat, we will be joining that StreamYard room once we go off air. So
okay, if you want to start that again because you didn't add yourself to the stream.
Oh, didn't I? Okay. So the link is there in chat. That is the StreamYard room we'll be jumping into once this live finishes. If you want to come along and chat, we'll be in there. Obviously, limited spaces. So pretty much first serve, first come. Nobody will come now. You watch. So yeah, so we'll be in there. And thanks for coming along.
It's either that or they'll all be in and we can't get in.
That's very true as well. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being part of this particular stream, and those of you who are going to get involved. Heartfelt thanks, and we will see you all soon.
Next time.
Take care.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.